In this video, I'll be summarizing my first week playing Blue Archive. It's only been about 5 days or so let's call it a business week. I'll also be giving any tips and advice I picked up along the way, so let's get into it. For starters, opening day was amazing. The game didn't crash at all and I was able to play from hour 1 quite smoothly, which leads me into my first tip. If you are playing on a phone and not an emulator, I suggest lowering your graphical settings in the options menu. To do this, you press the button in the top right corner, press options, and then go to graphics. Depending on how old your phone is, I would suggest going with the lowest option just to capitalize on battery. I would also set the frame rate to 30. If you have a pretty capable device though, you can go all out with the pretty settings. Now let's talk about the heroes, or as they are called in this game, the students that you can collect. As a wise guy once told me, a hero collector is only as good as the heroes that you can collect. So of course the heroes need to be appealing, whether that is aesthetically, waifu-y, or maybe even tactically. But they need to be appealing, they need to make you want to pull, and the short answer here is I love the designs in this game. Not only aesthetically, but I also like some based solely on their story roles. Here is my roster, starting with my favorite, Kayako. As you can see, I think these are some amazing modern designs, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Finally, let me jump to my favorite character based on the story, who sadly I haven't gotten yet, and that is the outlaw Aru. Since we are talking about characters, let's move on to acquiring them, aka the Gacha, which is quite terrible in this game. Your chances of getting the highest rarity character in this game, which is a 3-star, is 2.5%. A 2-star is 18.5% and a 1-star is 79%. Not only does 2.5% sound terrible, it generally feels terrible as well, especially when you really want to just get a specific 3-star. So unless you are lucky or satisfied with whatever you pull, be prepared to spend money or run away from this game. After 130 pulls, I've only gotten 4 natural 3-stars, and 1 was a guarantee in my intro pull. It isn't ruining the experience for me though, and the game has been generous during the opening week, giving me the chance to do 130 pulls already. Not sure how generous they will be over time, but they have been good at launch at least. A quick note on rerolling. With a 2.5% chance and only 1 guaranteed 3-star in your introductory roll, I wouldn't recommend rerolling unless you have a high tolerance for not getting what you want, patience, and a lot of time. Even though the reroll process is quite easy, it is time consuming, and so it is your decision. I didn't reroll, but I'm not you, so know yourself and what will be important to you. If you do choose to reroll though, I would suggest only going for 1 3-star, and if you aren't going for your favorite character design wise, I would suggest pulling for Aru, Hina, or Iori. And my reasoning for this is because they will make the beginning content easier, as they deal AoE damage of either red or yellow, which is what nearly all beginning enemies are weak to. Since I feel like this video is getting too long already, let's wrap up with some basic gameplay. Up to this point I've reached area 5-3 and got stuck. I got there with some pretty poor students if you ask the tier list out there though. Of course this is slow as I haven't even unlocked all the content yet, but I'm happy with where I'm at given the student options. Also I play purely on auto, so this also hinders me a bit, but again I'm fine with that. Anyways, basic gameplay is you start by choosing a mission. You then move to the tactical screen where you first set your team up, and then you take turns moving 1 tile at a time. The real action starts when you and the enemy meet on the same tile. I'm playing the game purely on auto, but if you switch to manual mode you get control of a few of your skills. In manual you can time and aim most of your skills, which given how the AI in this game behaves, will be necessary if you want to advance faster. Once the battle has ended, you return to the tactical screen and you repeat the process until you take out the boss of the mission. I find the gameplay quite satisfying, and 2 wonderful things I want to point out are the sweep function, which is how all sweep functions should be in mobile games, and the fact that they separated the story sections out of the mission mode, so you can go back and browse through the story at your leisure. Overall, I have been enjoying the game at a casual pace, and I look forward to creating more content around it going forward. If there is anything specific you would like me to cover, or you just want a quick question answered, feel free to leave a comment. Until next time, do stuff you enjoy.